A long, long time ago in old Vietnam, there was a very strong king. He was the 18th king from the Hung family line. This king was very smart and loved his people a lot. His kingdom was rich and happy. Everyone lived in peace because he took good care of them. The king had a daughter. Her name was Mai Nuong. She was a princess, and oh, so beautiful. She was kind and sweet, just like her pretty face. People said she was as beautiful as a flower when it opens up all the way. Princess Mai Nuong wasn't just pretty, she was also very kind and moved like a dancer. Her laugh sounded like sweet bells ringing. When she was around, the whole palace felt happy. Princes from lands far away heard how wonderful she was. They all wanted to marry her. The king loved his daughter so much, he wanted her to marry the very best husband. He wanted someone who was really good enough for her. This was a big choice for the whole kingdom. As Mai Nuong got older, the king started to worry. He had to find a good husband for his dear daughter. This husband had to be strong and good. He also had to be able to do amazing things. The king thought about this for a long time. He talked to his smartest helpers in the palace. They all said they needed a special test. This test would show who was the best man for the princess. The princess's future and maybe even the kingdoms depended on it. So King Hung made a big announcement. He told everyone in the whole land. He said he was looking for a husband for Princess Mai Nuong. Any man who thought he was good enough could come. They would have to show the king how good they were. Then the king would pick the best one. This news went out fast. It went to every part of the kingdom. Lots of young men who hoped to marry her got ready to go to the main city, Hanoi. Out of all the men who came, 2 were very special. They were not just regular men, they were powerful gods, and each one could do amazing things. The first one was Sun Tin, the spirit of the mountains. He came from the tall mountains of Ba Vi. Sun Tin was strong and peaceful. He had power over the forests and all the animals in them. He could make trees grow big and tall. He could tell wild animals what to do. He was like the strong, steady earth itself. Sun Tin was super powerful. When he walked, it felt like the ground could grow more food. He could make hills and mountains just by thinking about it. His eyes looked as wise as old rocks. He brought gifts from the forest, like special wood and soft animal furs. The king was very wowed by Sun Tin. He saw that the god was good and kind. Sun Tin seemed like a great husband. He would protect the land and its people. The second powerful man was Tui Tin. He was the spirit of the sea. Tui Tin ruled over all the water. He could make it rain and make big storms. He could make rivers overflow and the oceans get bigger. His power was huge and sometimes a little scary. He came with treasures from deep in the ocean, like shiny pearls and pretty corals. He was like the wild and changing power of water. The king was also wowed by Tui Tin's great power. Tui Tin was strong-willed and wouldn't give up easily. His eyes were deep and secret, and like the bottom of the ocean, he could make giant waves crash on the beach. But he could also make the water calm and quiet. When he was near, you could feel a gust of wind and smell the salty sea. The king had a really tough job. Both Sun Tin and Tui Tin were super powerful. Both seemed good enough to marry his daughter. Picking one would be very hard. What a big problem. King Hung had a very hard decision to make. Both Sun Tin and Tui Tin were amazing. Both had awesome powers and really wanted to win. The king didn't want to make either of these strong gods angry. He thought and thought. Then he came up with a special challenge. This challenge would pick who got to marry Princess Mai Nuong. He told them what wedding gifts the winner had to bring. These gifts were very special and hard to find. He hoped this would be a fair way to choose. The gifts were 100 sticky rice cakes called ban chung. He also wanted 200 steamed rice cakes called ban jiai. These were old-time foods that meant the earth and the sky. But there were even harder things to find. The man had to find an elephant with 9 tusks. He also needed a rooster with 9 spurs on its feet. And last, he needed a horse with 9 manes. These were like magic animals, super hard to find. The king said, whoever brings these gifts first will marry Mai Nuong. Sun Tin, the spirit of the mountains, heard the challenge. He knew all about the forests and the land. He used his powers right away. He told the earth to help him. Soon he had all the special gifts. He found the 9-tusked elephant deep in the jungle. He located the 9-spurred rooster in a secret village. The 9-maned horse came to him from the high fields. He also made the hundreds of rice cakes very fast. Because he was connected to the land, he had a big head start. Sun Tin got to the palace very early the next morning. He gave all the gifts to King Hung. The king was so surprised at how fast Sun Tin was and how he found everything. He had done the hard challenge just right. True to his word, King Hung said yes. Sun Tin married Princess Mai Nuong. They had a big party at the palace. The princess was happy with her good husband. The whole kingdom celebrated with them. Everyone thought their marriage was a good thing for the land. Later that day, Tui Tin, the spirit of the sea, showed up. He had all the gifts too, but he was too late. Sun Tin had already married Princess Mai Nong. When Tui Tin found out, he got so angry. His heart burned with jealousy and mad feelings, and he just couldn't believe he had lost. He thought the princess should have been his. He was so furious, it was scary to see. He roared like a giant storm. He was so angry that Tui Tin decided to fight. He promised he would take Mai Nuong even if he had to fight for her. He used all his giant power. He called up big storms and tons of rain. He made the rivers get too full and the sea get higher and higher. Water went everywhere and it looked like everyone might drown. Villages got flooded and people were in big trouble. Tui Tin really wanted to hurt Sun Tin. He wanted to show he was stronger. So the fight between the two gods started. It was a huge, amazing battle. Sun Tin saw all the damage and fought back to keep his wife and the people safe. He used his own awesome powers. Everywhere the water went up, Sun Tin made the mountains go higher. He moved hills and made walls to stop the flood. Forests grew super fast to soak up the water. Animals helped save people. The fight went on for many days and nights. The ground shook and the sky made loud thunder noises. After a while, Tui Tin got too tired and had to go back. Sun Tin had saved his land, but Tui Tin never forgot that he lost, and he never stopped being angry. He promised to come back every year to get even. And so every year, when it's the rainy time, Tui Tin makes the waters rise. He makes floods and storms, trying to beat Sun Tin. This fight every year between the mountain god and the sea god is why Vietnam has big rains and floods each year. The story of Sun Tin and Tui Tin is still a very strong story. It teaches us how the Vietnamese people are strong and don't give up even when bad things happen with nature, like floods. It's a story that people have told for many years.